Hi everyone, it's time for Saturday Stories with Miss Sharon. Happy Saturday. Last week we read a story about a prophet named Deborah. Deborah was a judge and a wise woman. Today, in our Spark Story Bible, we're going to read about another prophet who was 12 years old when he was called by God. Remember, a prophet is someone who is chosen to speak for God and declare that message for others. Let's listen and find out what happens in today's story called God Calls Samuel. Samuel was a 12-year-old boy who lived in the temple with a priest named Eli and learned about God. Eli took care of Samuel, and Samuel helped take care of Eli because Eli was almost blind. One night, something special happened. As Samuel slept in the temple, he heard a voice call out, "Samuel." Samuel thought it was Eli calling, so he jumped up from his bed. "Here I am," Samuel answered as he ran to Eli. "I'm here because you called me." But Eli shook his head. "I didn't call you. Go back to bed." Samuel did as he was told and fell asleep quickly. A little while later, he heard a voice calling again, "Samuel." This time, Samuel was more tired and crawled out of his bed more slowly. In Eli's room, Samuel rubbed his eyes, scratched his tummy, and said with a yawn, "I'm here because you called me." Eli was getting tired of Samuel coming into his room and said more firmly, "I didn't call you. Now please go back to bed." When this happened a third time, Eli thought to himself, "Aha! It must be God who is calling Samuel." Eli told Samuel, who was now very confused and sleepy, "If you are called again, just say, 'God, I hear you, and I will do whatever you want.'" When the voice called again, Samuel did as Eli told him. It was God, and God had many things to say to Samuel. Even though he was only 12, Samuel wanted to serve God. With God's help, Samuel grew up to share many more messages from God. People all over Israel knew Samuel as God's trusted prophet. Can you believe Samuel was only 12 years old when God called to him? Samuel was a very important messenger for God from the beginning as a child. In the Bible, in 1 Samuel 3, it says, "As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him. He made everything Samuel said come true." Isn't it wonderful to know God and to hear Him and to be able to talk to Him? You can find Him too, every day in your quiet moments. God is always listening and ready for you. So you can be a messenger for God through your love and your kindness to others. I'll see you next week.